Hey Pox community, what's up? Bombman007 bringing you another episode of Unwrapped, PoxNora Unwrapped. And today, guys, we have a very top-end player from the faction of the Sundered. I know all you guys are going to be as excited as I am for sitting in with him. But today in here to explain he calls it the Herder battle group, is none other than Dagdapede. What's up, Dagda? What's going on, man?
Not much, really.
Not much. Well,
Yeah.
brother, you have you're sharing with us a beast battle group out of full faction Sunderlands. You guys can see here on my screen. I am missing a few of his runes, but we're going to hit all of his runes that he has in there. You surprised me with your rune selections, man. Is this battle group really competitive?
I mean, it is kind of draw dependent, and I don't really know how skill dependent it is because I've just never really seen anyone else play it. You know, there's only ever been one other person, I think, and that was Destorum. It's been a long time since he's done it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, well, I can assure you right now, if I was playing this deck, it would probably go about 0-5. And that would be out of 5 attempts. So it just looks like it doesn't have a lot of expensive runes. I mean, you do have Snogvi in there and some other ones, but I'm really, for one, am really going to be interested to see this deck in play. So guys, here we go. He's got let's see, quite a few champions in here, and the first one up is the Crazed War Manless. It's one of the it's not listed as a Canaan. It's considered a beast. So, Dagda, how does the Crazed War Manless fit into the deck, and is it efficient for its cost?
oh yeah, no, it's got really great damage for its cost, is what it's got. If you look at it, it's got about 16 damage after boost and the banner, and then it has Berserk Attack, and I've got Berserk Attack 3 upgraded, so that's 20 damage before defense per attack.
Wow.
That's pretty cool for just the 58 Nora, and it gets slammed by AoEs, area effect spells, but I mean, still, it's great.
The numerous ability, it gives it evasive 3. They only take half damage from ranged attacks, but they take double damage from area of effect spells, like you were saying. And you've gone with the Berserk Attack 3 and the Pounce 2 upgrades. I guess you want this dude into combat as absolutely as quickly as possible, huh?
Yeah. I mean, he's cheap enough that I can just throw him in, do a lot of damage, and if he dies, he died efficient.
Got you. Fantastic. Okay, guys, so 2 times Crazed War Manless. The next one up is a rune. Dagda, I don't think I've ever seen this rune in play competitively, so thank you for running it. I mean, this is outstanding. You've got a Diamond Hide Basilisk. You've gone with the block and the bravery upgrade. So do you get your Nora's worth out of this guy? 77 Nora seems like a little bit much for this guy. Do you get your Nora's worth out of this guy?
Well, what you have to remember is that in this deck, I don't remember exactly what he ends up costing, but after the refund, he's in the mid-60s in terms of Nora. So it ends up pretty well off. On top of that, stun, and he's just an incredible tank for the most part.
With the 3 defense, and then he does have a block and the Sunderlands bonus. I guess he is going to be kind of warding off quite a bit of damage.
Yep.
And if you can get him out there for mid-60s, I mean, man, that hit point to Nora ratio is really high then.
Yes.
Okay, so 1 times Diamond Hide Basilisk. You've gone with 2 mounted sauropods. And I can imagine that this little guy is really going to be highly efficient, especially with the rider on here. I realize it only drops the Skeezy Trapper, but still, he seems to be worth his weight in Nora. You've gone with the Trimmer, which opposing champions without flying within 3 spaces are not maxed and they gain lumbering. And you've also gone with the defense upgrade, so it's going to push this guy to a 3 defense. And man, it can't get any more efficient than this rune, Dad, with your battle group upgrade.
I mean, this guy, he ends up hitting 79 HP for, I believe it's 61 Nora after the refund, and that's not counting the rider.
Wow.
61 HP base. Then you add Banner for 5. You add Boost for 6, and you add Ally from Crazed War Mandrill for another 7.
Wow.
Monkey is SP and SL.
Right.
Yeah, so he's just an amazing tank. I just deploy him and I move him towards the middle. He gets there slow, but once he gets there, he stays there for a while.
That is phenomenal. I mean wow, I don't think anybody's ever really looked at the guy that way. I know Gavarian played this guy in a beast deck a while back, but I'm certainly interested to see how this guy holds up for you. So 2 times mounted sauropods, and then one of the runes that I don't have, I'm going to have to jump over here to my Sunderlands list real fast. You've gone with 2 times the Sunderlands Pox Doombringer. So the Doombringer is a beast, so he fits perfectly into your battle group idea. You've gone with 2 of these guys. Now you've got different upgrades on this one. You've got one is hidden.
That was the Sand Hunter. These are just damage and defense.
Oh, I'm sorry, damage and defense. You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was looking ahead of myself. So you've gone with damage and defense on these guys, so they'll come out at 3 defense, 10 damage. I mean, one trend that I'm already seeing, Dadga, is you've got some tanky champs in this thing.
Yep. I mean, they all just end up with a pretty solid HP to Nora ratio. And if you add in their defense, it's almost like SL's attrition. That's
right.
The closest thing I can think of. Except a lot more champ damage.
Right, very nice. The Doomball has Impenetrable and Initiative 1, which just recently got a nerf. But, okay, so the Beast, and I guess what you're doing is boosting these guys. They're going to be pretty phenomenal with the banner and boost and everything else out there.
They get 57 HP. And
nice.
Damage.
2 times Pox Doombringers with the damage and defense upgrades, guys, and then he's got a Rolling Shrieker. So tell us about the Rolling Shrieker. What role does this little dude fill in?
Honestly, I think if I had to pick one rune to drop from my deck, he'd be it. But he's still pretty useful. Sonic Roar is great. He stalls amazingly, and he's got a nice alternate damage. So, although I'm starting to feel that particular damage type more and more. So.
Okay. Let's see. And you have gone with the mobility and the defense upgrade, so he's going to be able to move around inside of font zones and things like that. And then the defense, again, gives you yet another 3 defense champion in this battle group, man.
Yep.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, so 1 times Rolling Shrieker, 2 times Sand Hunter. Okay, so this is where you've gone with a little bit of different upgrade decisions here. Is it just completely map dependent, or why did you elect to go with the upgrades you've done here? You've gone one with the Hidden Sand, the other one with Domain Sand, and then let's see. I'm trying to. Okay, you explain how you've got these guys set up, and we'll go from there.
Well, they both have Domain.
Okay.
One of them has Trail, and one of them has Hidden. I did that because I'm honestly not sure which I like better, Trail or Hidden. The Herder has the aura of sand around him, so sometimes the Sand Hunter will be able to use Hidden Sand without Trail at all, but sometimes it won't, so I don't know.
I kind of figured that maybe you'd go with a little bit more obvious combo of the Trail Sand and Domain Sand, give him instant mobility and a little bit higher, attack and damage and stuff.
That's the more consistent build so far, but it's
okay.
The Hidden and Domain version is more powerful every now and again.
Right.
So, still not decided.
Out of sight, out of mind, I guess. Okay, so 2 times Sand Hunter. Now, Dadgood, this little guy was he was a shoebox buff from a while back, and they brought him in, and he was really over the top for quite a while, and then they kind of brought him back down just a little bit. Is this guy still extremely efficient, just as he is, or does he need a little bit more help now?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't really use him outside this deck. And that's mostly because I just run a lot of weird decks.
Okay. All right. So 2-time sand hunters, guys. Both of them with domain sand. One of them with trail sand. One of them with hidden sand. All right. And then I guess this is the entire. Well, maybe not the entire, but this is certainly a big, huge part of the engine of your deck. 2 Skeezic herders. And again, you've gone with just a little bit different upgrade versions here. You've got both of them running Boost Beast. However, you've got one running Declare Target and the other one running Drive. So tell us about the Skeezic herder, Dagda. Apparently, this guy is one where your deck kind of all works around. Is that right?
That is entirely correct. That guy is a hero. He is an absolute hero. The deck would not work without him, because without him they would just all be trashy champions and Snugfeet. I mean, just without that refund and without the boost, there's no reason to do this at all. He by himself is just a terrible champion as well, by the way. There's no point in running him, so far as I can tell. But inside this deck, he's what you need.
I mean, you're going to get a 15% discount on every single Sunderlands champion that shares the race beast or reptile. He's going to boost everything, 6 hit points and +2 damage. Then you've gone with the drive and declare target. Obviously, the drive is going to help, ping around some extra damage and AP, while the declare target is going to help you in a power turn situation, I guess. But so the whole deck revolves around this guy. Independently, not worth much, but together with your battle group right here, Dad, I think completely exemplifies exactly what everybody talks about when we talk about a theme or an internal engine of everything gaining synergy off of everything else inside the battle group. Man, yours is the absolute example of that.
Cool.
So we're really looking forward to see how this thing plays out. Now, Skithmaw Hunter, you've got one of these guys in your battle group. You've gone with the Leap and the Charge upgrades. So do you have him in here because he's a beast or because of the detection? What's the role of the Skithmaw Hunter?
Well, he's relatively cheap. He does have detect. The Leap works out pretty well for early game, because if you drop him early, then he can hop around. And Evasive is also nice, because on top of his, I think it ends up at 59 HP, he takes fewer damage from range. So.
Wow.
Yeah. And his vulnerability isn't too common. So.
Right. Okay. Vulnerability Sonic, but yeah, like you said, not overly dangerous. So 1-time Skithmaw. All right. You have 1-times Snogvy the Ant Bear. He's the 150,000 gold rune for Sunderlands. This guy you have gone with consume and weaken spells. So I'm assuming that you're going to use the weaken spells to try to keep your kind of weak on their own beast alive, and consume to keep this guy alive.
That was the theory. I'm not really convinced that consume is the upgrade that I want yet, but I'm still trying it out. Weaken I've got in there just because the way this deck tends to work, I've got so many beasts on the field that spells start looking like a better and better idea for the other guy. So Weaken makes them look worse. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Fantastic. So Snogvy the Ant Bear, consume and weaken spells. And then you've got the only hero that you're going to use in this whole thing is Valdak. One can only guess, Dagda, why you've got a Valdak in here. I'm going to go ahead and take a stab. I'm going to tell them their upgrades. You've gone with the Healing Breath 2 and the Cleansing R upgrade, but maybe besides a cleanse, let me guess. Augment Creation.
Yes. How did you know?
Just a wild guess. Just an absolute wild guess. So how does Valdak, is that really the only thing you use him for, or do you have him for other reasons, Dagda?
The extra magic damage is nice too, because the only other magic damage I have in there is the Doom Balls. So, and the kind of fire damage from the dragon babies he's got. But I don't know. He's a solid champ by himself, and the healing breath is also fun because it keeps the herders alive longer.
And it adds a form of cleanse, which Sunderlands is a little lacking, I'm sure.
But mostly the only thing I ever want to cleanse is my herder, so.
Okay.
I mean, everything else can die, so far as I'm concerned.
Completely expendable. Wow. Very nice. Okay. So 1 Valdak, again, the healing breath and cleansing are upgrades. And then Dagda, the last champion that you have in the battle group, is 2 times Varu Howlers. You've gone with the damage 1 upgrade and the defense 1 upgrade. That's going to put this little dude at 9 damage, 2 defense out of the box. But boosted up again, you're talking about an extremely, extremely efficient champion. So, how do the Varu Howlers work in this? Just run in and charge?
More or less. They're pretty solid because of the aura, because of the low cost, because of the alternate damage type, because of their 1-2 range, because of pretty much everything. Everything I have in this deck, aside from the herders, can soak a hit for 5 or 10.
Right.
So.
But I guess you add the aura damage on this little dude, and I mean, that can really add up quickly on this little guy.
Yep.
Fantastic. So 2 times Varu Howlers. All right, and guys, we'll go over to his spells now. On your spells, let's see, Acid Storm, Area of Effect 3, they take 10 damage and become Scoured 2. Why not, 2 firestorms versus, why did you go with 1 acid storm and just 1 firestorm?
Flexibility. I mean, sometimes you just want that 10 damage or that 12 damage or that 10 damage in the defense debuff or whatever. And for that, you don't want to pay the extra 15 Nora for the Firestorm, right? You just want to pay the 45 for the Acid Storm. So that's what I do.
Nice. And the damage debuff, or the defense debuff, guys, he's talking about is from the Scoured. Lowers the defense by 1 anytime they're Scoured. And here's a spell that I had to look up. I had absolutely no idea what it did, Dagda. Battle Fatigue. For 4 turns, when a champion successfully attacks, it loses all remaining AP. So tell us about Battle Fatigue.
Well, honestly, one of the reasons that it's so successful, when it is successful, is that a lot of people have the same reaction to it that you did. It's that they have no idea what I just used, so they might run into it and say, cast immobilization after attacking. If they do that, they just wasted that spell, they just wasted the Nora they spent on it. And this has happened quite a few times. Nice. And they've got a bunch of champs sitting around with 4 AP, and they need 5 to attack again. So that's one thing. Another thing is just, if I move in, I attack, and then I cast it again, the other guy, he can't do much back to me. And if you consider that all of my champions are so just tanky, so efficient, it works out really well.
Wow. Battle Fatigue, guys. So there's you a big tip from a top player. We'll see if Battle Fatigue comes into play, Dad. That is really cool. 1 times Battle Fatigue. As a matter of fact, you've gone with 1 times every single spell in your battle group. You do not have a duplicate of anything. Your next one up is Cancel Magic. How often does Cancel Magic actually work?
I'd say it's probably maybe 3 out of every 4 times I cast it, and I'm trying to make that better. It's just every now and again I'll cast it, and I'll be sure that they're about to cast a spell, and then I'll realize next turn that no, they were saving up for a champ, or no, I was completely wrong, what the hell was I thinking?
Cancel Magic, guys, for 6 turns, it will cancel the next spell that the opponent cast if it costs equal or more Nora than cancel Magic. So if it costs 40 or higher, you're going to negate that spell. There's not a whole lot of spells out there that cost less than that most folks use, but still, I guess every now and then you kind of maybe miss the mark, I guess. And then one of the Hall spells, it's gone through a lot of different phases over its Pox career. Draconic Benediction, the most recent nerfs to it were to just, this thing is up to 65 Nora, Dadga. Wow, this thing is a very expensive spell. You cannot cast a spell after you cast this thing. Heck, you probably don't even have the Nora to cast a spell after you cast this thing anyway. But is Draconic Benediction still worth its weight in Nora?
Well, the way this spell and the way Quickening both work is that if you've got a lot of champs out, they get significantly better. For each extra champion you have out, they get even better and better and better. More champs, more better. And with this deck, that's what you do. You get more champions out. So they can really, really change games.
Fantastic, guys. So 1 times Draconic Benediction. The next one up is just one of the long-time signature spells for Sundered Lands. It's Firestorm. For 60 Nora, you're going to hit a area effect 3 for 14 damage. They become charred 3, so over its life, this spell is going to do right at 20 damage. Again, you've gone with a little bit alternate damage with the Acid Storm and a little bit lower cost. This one's going to do a lot more damage in that area. Firestorm, how often do you cast Firestorm, you figured? Is it every single game, or?
Yeah, I spam Firestorm. Just all the time. Spam it, yeah.
Very nice. So there you go, guys. 60 Nora is definitely worth its weight in gold. He spams it. Coming from the man himself. Meta Magic Backlash. Now this, if you're a new player in the game, when you first look at this spell, I think the tendency is to go, man, this spell, it just kind of sucks. It just doesn't really look like it's all that good. But yet, just about every single top SL player runs this thing. Tell us why you run a Meta Magic Backlash.
Well, if I'm being completely honest, it's still in my deck from... I've had this deck for quite a while now, and I've just changed it quite a lot. It's still in my deck from when charges were the thing, and you needed a Meta Magic Backlash to counter all of the charged champs that were around. But the reason that I haven't taken it out, it's 40 Nora for 12 spot damage, so that's a decent finisher if I just need the damage on one champ. It's a decent spell block checker, and behind all of that, charged champs do still get run sometimes, and when they do, it just wrecks them. And this deck does have some problems with charged champs, aside from Magic, so...
Nice. So it really punishes them for having charges. And then, has this spell become an auto-include for Sundered Lands? Purge. Area of Effect 3, all champions are cleansed and dispelled within the area of effect.
It's just such a useful spell. That's the thing. It's got your cleanse, it's got your dispel for when they're impervious, or if Righteous Deflection is up, or pretty much anything, really. It's just... I don't know, I'd be tempted to say it's an auto, just because of how much it can do.
Nice.
Not even for just for how much it can do.
Very good. So 1 times Purge. Again, that's a cleanser and a dispeller. Alright, so Quickening. Here we go, another spell that's been nerfed and pushed back, and man, we're up to 60 Nora on this thing. And I'm assuming it's going to kind of have the same role as Draconic Benediction. The more champs you have out, the more Nora worthy it is. Is that right?
That's exactly right.
So Quickening, guys, as soon as they make a first basic attack, they immediately make another basic attack for 0 AP. And Dagda, now help us out on the mechanics here. If you have a champion with 8 AP and you cast Quickening, can they attack 3 times in a round?
Yeah. Yes.
So if they make their first attack at the 3 AP, they'll attack twice, and then they can attack again with the 5 left and hit a 3rd time. So guys, Quickening is a massive, massive damage booster for Sunderlands. 1 time's Quickening, and then tell us why you have Transfusion in this battle group, Dagda.
Well, if you'll notice, I also have Forbidden Fruit in here. So I think I put them in together, and this is, again, a while ago. And they would have been in here because I just had so many cheap champions because of the refund from the herder that if I needed to, I could just bomb the super champion at any point. Right now, I've got Transfusion in here because every now and again, I just need those extra couple AP to get a kill on something. And I'll look up to my rune doc, notice that I've got 30 Nora, and just drag it down, find something to point it at, and bam, what I needed dead is dead.
Very nice. So quite a few multiple uses, and especially combos well with the Forbidden Fruit. Okay, yeah. So 1 time's Transfusion. All right, Dadgo, you've got 3 relics in this battle group. The first of which is the War Banner, and everybody knows by now, hopefully, why we run War Banners. They're 20 Nora, 21 HP. All friendly champions of the faction are going to gain 5 hit points and a damage. It just doesn't get any more efficient than that, does it?
Really not. Banners are great.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When you've got a bunch of champs like mine, my deck does. I mean, it adds up even more.
Very cool. So 1 time's War Banner. Of course, that's about all you're allowed to have. 1 time's Hive. What do you use the Hive for, Dagga?
Font contesting, random damage, perseverance kills, other random kills. A lot of things. It's a very useful relic.
And this thing actually does quite a pile of damage, right? Really? I mean, they're going to take 3 physical and become poison too. So, I mean, right out of the box, they're going to take, what, like 7 damage from this thing?
5. And then 6 if you have the poison going the next turn.
Okay. So they take 2 poison damage.
It also debuffs them for their next turn, so everything that got hit by the Hive is now hitting for 1 less. So nice. That's also useful.
Which combines perfectly with your high defense deck.
Yeah.
Very sweet. And then I can only imagine the Jasper. Okay, so why would you go with 1 Hive and 1 Jasper? Why not like 2 Hives? You see what I'm saying? Jasper's a little bit higher in the Nora cost. Doesn't seem maybe quite as efficient. Why do you go with, say, 1 Jasper, 1 Hive instead of 2 Hives? You know, why is the Jasper in here?
I think this is another case of the Jasper being in here for quite a while. Because if you remember when the Nora gems came out, they were just astoundingly broken. So I think the Jasper's just been in there since around that era. Nowadays, it's mostly in there for just when I really need that damage. Now, if I want the debuff there.
Okay.
Or, you know, the alternate damage.
Because on deploy, it's going to activate, as opposed to the Hive is going to be at the end of the round.
So that's one of the other big differences that ends up mattering.
Okay. So 1 time Scouring Jasper, and then Dadga, the last rune that you have over here. I don't know why I left my checklist here a second ago, but is the Forbidden Fruit. Now, Forbidden Fruit's been one that some people have tried to get banned or fixed or whatever. I know it works with Manic and a lot of other crazy combos, but when this champion is equipped, they lose all of their AP. So first off, you can combo that with an unstoppable champ and not lose any of their AP. And then when this champion makes a basic attack on a non-avatar champion with an opposing owner, both champions and this equipment are destroyed. So tell us how you work with forbidden fruit, and obviously, guys, he's got the transfusion in there, so that when he throws it on champ, he's going to lose all AP, but then he just transfuses AP back to that unit to make an attack. Tell us about forbidden fruit. You said yourself that you've got throwaway champs. Is that pretty much what you do? Throw it on champ, throw him away, and bye-bye super champ.
If I need to. Most of the time I don't. It's just, I don't use fruit that much anymore. It's probably the second thing I would toss out of the deck if I had to start putting things down. Transfusion would keep fruit, no.
Right. Okay. So there you go. He'll toss that one, guys. It's not. I guess it's just situational, and if you do end up with a super champ you're just having a hard time with, slap the fruit on one of your small guys, and down it goes.
It's just the fruit isn't essential, is the thing. It's
right.
not necessary at all.
Okay. Wow. Fantastic. It's actually good to hear that. So there you go, guys. That's his battle group. I'm missing a few of his runes. That's why I don't have them here. In case you're wondering, it's a Crazed War Manless, and Valdak, and the fruit, and a couple other the little things, but the two Dewbringers. But that looks like a really simple deck as far as its makeup goes, but everything seems to really synergize very, very well together. The Skeezic Herder is a huge part of it, but as long as you keep all that thing going, it looks like this deck is going to be a lot of fun to play too.
It is. It's a pretty cool deck for me.
Very cool. Well, guys, what we're going to do now is that's his battle group, and we're going to watch Dadga play it in an actual match. Dagda, thanks for sharing your battle group with us, brother.
No problem. Enjoy the game.
Hey, Pox community. All right, guys, so you've seen Dagdapede's Herder battle group, the Beast battle group from Sunderlands, and now here he is. He's jumped into a match. Dadga, you're currently ranked 61 limited, man, and you're going up against Red Dane, 57 Exotic League. Red Dane, welcome back to Pox, man. We hadn't seen you in a while. Let's see, Dadga, you're full faction Sunderlands. He is full faction Kathir Force. So, Dadga, did you get a good draw? How's it look coming out of the gate?
It's decent, I've got a Howler, Skithmaw, and a couple mounted pods, so, and my banner. So I'm thinking probably a Howler South, just because it's so cheap. But maybe Skith, because it's got lead. Yeah, Skith.
Okay, so out comes Skithmaw Hunter.
If I had to closer to the I would have been able to threaten both of them at once. That's definitely preferable.
Looks like he's going maybe with a with a plant battle group, a tree folk maybe.
Alright, well, gotta deploy Howler now, because otherwise he's gonna snag that font, and that's not good. Pods are coming out soon, though. Nothing tanks better than Pod.
Okay.
Damn, those are cheap.
That's what I was looking at. A 53 Nora Dryad, a 50 Narwood Patriot. I thought that thing had lumbering, but it's just lethargic. So I think he caught a buff here. Not too long.
I think that was a buff.
So the Skithmaw, he's going to have enough AP to capture that lower font there. That's a huge bonus for you.
Yeah.
So you're going to be a font up on him pretty early.
Man, I thought my deck was cheap.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, right now, a Patriarch at 50 Nora for 56 hit points worth, man, that's a pile of meat, brother.
Yeah.
plus boost tree folk. So if he can get some tree folk out there, man, they're going to get pretty ugly. But he is going to be short on getting his font, so that's definitely going to cause some trouble for Dane. And back here in the back, he's thrown out an Elven Artisan that's got Nora Minor. So that's going to reduce the cost of this battle group even more, Dadga.
Yeah, he's not going for his font. Why is he doing that? What are you... Does he have like a sapling? What is he...
Not that I've seen. Out comes a Gnarwood Willowind, and I don't even know what this piece is. I mean, I'm serious. I have never seen this rune in play before. I didn't even know it was a rune. Gnarwood Willowind, 75 Nora. This thing's got Nature's Balance, so vulnerabilities and amplifications are negated. He's Forest Walker, so everything's going to become vegetation around him for 3 turns. Improved range of anything that shares a race with him, and he's a plant tree folk. And then, of course, boost tree folk too. So he's got Soften, Cast Light as a feather, Take Root. Wow, and a magic attack. That's a lot of stinking meat, brother. For the cost.
So this Doombringer, now that it's deployed with its initiative bonus, it can take his top font next turn.
Ouch.
If he doesn't start moving up towards there. So, I don't know.
So the Patriarch picks up Lumbering this turn. Not going to be... So he's going to go ahead and send... He senses the Doombringer is going to be a problem for him, so he goes ahead and sends the Artisan up. But, let's see. Yep, she's barely going to get there. So she will be able to contest, but just barely. So here comes a Soften. Going to knock down the
spell he can take. Should have removed it. Oh well. Yeah.
So Greenhouse, all tree folk within 5 spaces gain +3 damage, 1 defense, and 1 speed, and Germinate. So for 20 Nora, he can spawn a sapling. Wow. Holy cow. 16 damage from that chick. She has Surge Plant.
Yeah, those things are just scary.
What's crazy is it's like you've ran into a mirror of your battle group, Dadga, in just a different faction.
Yeah. I think almost everybody has something like this.
So there he is. He's got the herder out in play now, so now you're going to start boosting back just a little bit. Yeah. So there goes the Doombringer. He's going to go ahead and take that top font from him.
Howler's going to run for it. Maybe he'll be able to reach him back. I doubt it, but you never know.
Look at that sauropod, guys. 67 health on that sucker.
And the refund was 11 Nora, so that takes him down to 61.
61. Wow.
This is not going to be a fun mid-font battle.
That Dryad is insane. 16 damage. And evasive too with the Shroud going on out there. Charm. Heal Champion. I mean, wow. All that for 53 Nora. I mean, wow. That is incredible. So there's Light as a Feather. Put a whaling on that guy. Man.
Poor Red. Life is so hard.
Okay, so there's the monkey.
There's the banner.
It's one of those things, if you win that top font battle up there, it's like you'll be in pretty decent shape even if he takes the middle font. You still have a font advantage.
Yeah.
So there's the trimmer ability, and then a hit. So he whittles it down to 42.
Yeah. The nice thing about Tremor and the stationary is that it'll do an extra 5 damage just because they can't move. So.
Very nice. Okay. Keeping the Howler alive. He's still crouched down back there at just 7 hit points.
Poor little guy.
Now, was there a reason that you moved your Pox Doombringer up just a space there, Dad?
Get it back in the font so that he can't just move away.
Okay.
I mean, it probably wouldn't matter too much, but it's just one of those things.
Okay. So you're gonna force his presence inside there. Now there's overgrowth, so that's gonna turn your war banner into 3 saplings at the conclusion of that spell. Seems like he's got a lot of synergy working himself, Dadga.
Yeah, Greenhouse and Boost working together is one of those things. It's always been really, really good, and I can't get to the Greenhouse right now because of limited range options. Well, they probably wouldn't be so limited if I didn't have the Doombringer up at the top font.
Right. Because I guess that's one thing that your battle group kind of lacks in a little is the range.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I was really happy when Sandhunter got buffed, because it just made things so much easier.
So still going to work on the artisan up there. She's getting close. Another sauropod. Wow. 61 Nora, guys, for 79 points of meat. That's a good buy. Everything has such high damages. That's what's crazy. It's
because of the various kinds of boosts he's got going, and the surge on the Dryad, I guess.
We got Boost Beast. They're motivated because of the Light of the Circle. They are got the War Banner. They've got the Greenhouse, the Boost, and the Surge. I mean, wow, that is.
And
what's crazy is the Nora cost is just, I mean, nothing. You know, we were impressed at the Nora cost of your battle group, but I mean, yours is, you know, not even as efficient as these guys.
That's what makes this fun.
So up top, we got another greenhouse in play. And then when those saplings sprout out of that war banner there, that's going to be an interesting mess up top.
That Doombringer is, well, doomed.
Not a lot of damage from the Artisan. So back over to you now.
I'd like to find a way to kill the greenhouse, and I think I actually could this turn. It would be kind of silly though.
Okay, so there's the pounce coming in.
I always just get so tempted to do that when I see big clumps.
Oh, sure. 25 damage from the, or 25 health left on the Patriarch. Daggo's going to try to go for a finisher. We'll see if he's got enough left. The charge and the hit leaves him at just 4. And the herder with the just enough. So that's going to remove the boost. So Dagda, that really puts a hamper on his setup there.
I am pretty okay with that.
So there's the overgrowth coming into effect. 3 saplings spawn.
Damn. Seen that before.
Yeah, and they're all real champions. That's what's scary.
Fun. Alright. So I think I have the mid font now, unless he does something aggressive. I think I can handle it.
Which font's this?
Mid font.
The mid font, okay.
War monkeys. Although it might be killing War monkey. Yeah. Poor dude. Pod's still got this.
It took a whole lot of AP to get that little dude down, though.
Yes.
Now the Thorn Collection is going to finish up the Hunter. The Trapper has seen better days.
Yeah. That was really just there. Traps. And annoy the hell out of the other guy. By the time he gets dropped, look at that. He just spent, what, 35 Nora to kill a Trapper I got for, I'm going to say, less than 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that one actually paid you to put it out in play. Okay.
Alright, well, I mean, because I can, let's go ahead and drop some global damage.
Snogve in the house, ladies and gentlemen. So back in comes the Howler. He's still seen better days.
Yeah. I'd say he'll live, but he's pretty dead. On the upside, so's the light of the circle.
That is true. Another hit is going to do it for her because of the aura guys off of the Varu is going to finish her up. So down goes another solid champ for and another form of boost for Red Dane too. So that's important as well.
Yes.
That good. Do the little saplings, do they bother you, or are they just work around, or what? How do you view those guys?
Mostly, I wish I ran a locust. That's
Oh wow, nice. So you could just swarm those things up, huh?
But I mean, if he makes them take root, I think I'm just gonna have to ignore him. That's the most obvious solution.
Those things have 7 speeds when they're around that greenhouse. That is impressive.
Greenhouses are amazing. I mean, as far as just normal saplings go, though, there's no real way to ignore them just because of how much they move around and how obnoxious they're going to be.
So the Dryad has an 18 damage right now, but she only hit that sauropod for just 13. I mean, he mitigated that fairly well.
Yeah. The SL bonus on top of just normal defense works pretty well for a lot of high HP champions.
So he's got the saplings coming down in order here. Looks like they want to be a part of the party too. So do you have a plan for the upper font? He's kind of abandoned it again. Or does the middle font drag a lot of your attention?
I'm gonna be entirely honest right now. I don't think that much.
Okay. Well, that's good. That gives me hope. Wow, look at Snogvy coming in with 60 hit points from that cat. Wow.
He gets 65 with the banner.
Very nice. So there's a hive to contest.
Yes.
So Dane's going to be down just a tad bit of Nora. Oh, nice. So on the trimmer, that activates Snogvy's deafening aura. It's going to distract. That's going to hurt that willow tree. Not going to be able to soften or do any of those fun effects that they have.
That was the plan. Alright. I think I'm gonna have to leave everybody there now.
He leaves everything well within the boost range there.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's an incredible amount of stuff on the board.
I have tree envy.
So positioning, Red Dane positions that tree folk there. Now what's going to happen is that's going to lock that Doombringer in. He's not going to be able to escape from those little tree dudes up there.
Yeah.
At least not in one turn anyway.
Not in 2 either, because he's just going to keep repositioning to keep trapping the Doombringer. So what I'm going to end up doing is killing the greenhouse.
Okay.
Because, frankly, that's all I can do. And it's not all that bad an idea if I'm trying to take the farm.
So a Hunter's Charm. She now gains Domain Grass and Hidden Vegetation. Her damage just continues to rise. A Frostcall Quiver on the Willow-Wind. Going to give him a Frost attack and chill damage.
Just trying to kill this too. These things are just so tanky.
Wow, and a Sever Summons here wouldn't even be useful because all this stuff is real. I mean, it's all real champions.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
So Snogvy is about to pull the Will-O-Wind into a Poison and Fire Trap, I believe. She might really mess up the Sauropod. Oh well. Anyhow, Flare target is up, so that means Will-O-Wind should be dead.
Two attacks from Snog puts her right at 5. A swipe from the herder, so down goes even more. Looks like they had a boost going on there from that guy. Yeah, so it loses the boost there.
How's about
Going to be a point short on that thing.
let's get some. Let's get.
What was that? I couldn't quite hear you, brother.
I said mandrills are fun times.
Wow, look at that. 15 damage on the board.
20 per hit.
20 per hit with the
4 damage from the berserk.
Very sweet.
Man, I think I need something for Snogvy to eat.
So out comes another more than free trapper.
These guys are just free. His deck is also in the more than free category, so
Yeah.
I guess it evens out that way.
Another Frostcall Quiver, this time on the Angel of Restoration. It's going to give it some alternative damage and a little bit of chill action. So Snogvy takes a lick, but keeps on ticking. Wow.
Yeah.
He kamikazed in there to try to take care of Snogvy. So he's going to go ahead and turtle up.
And then that sapling dies. Because of poison from the cloud. 2 HP against the 2 damage. Definitely worth it though, because Defensive Turtle is one of the more obnoxious abilities of the game when you're trying to kill something.
So you're thinning out the forest here, Dagda. Slowly, one chop at a time, but you're thinning it out.
Or Doombringer.
Yeah, the Doombringer has seen better days, but he's going to make it around, and that might be trouble for Dane. So back over to Dagdapede. Here we go. Snogvy pulls everything in. That's going to do it for the sapling. Leaving that one at just 5 life. Yeah, Locust right now would be looking pretty.
That would just make my day if I had one.
So out comes the Acid Storm. Looks like the Dryad might be going hasta la vista, baby. So no more her. Wow, Dadga, you have thinned the forest out greatly, my friend.
I figured out what Snogvy wants to eat.
Wow. Nice. Snogvy back to full life. 65 hit points and back looking great, man. Now he does lose his defensive turtle ability because he can only use that once, but still, man, wow. Looking in great shape. Now the Angel is hurting. And Meta Magic Backlash down she goes. Wow, Dagger, You've turned this game completely around, my friend. It is. You've got Dane reeling now. Down goes the greenhouse. That's going to really hamper the plants up top. And
Well, I probably should have left that greenhouse. I just wanted to kill it. Because if I leave it there, then I can't ever put it anywhere else.
you can't cast it again. You can't put it on cooldown, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but
at this stage, though, Dad, I think this one is done. You're going to claim the middle font. He can't move his tree, so that middle font is yours.
Unless he drops a relic in.
Well, true. So the Doombringer is eventually. That's incredible, man. Look at this. This one might be able to do it, though, with his extra damage. We'll see. Yeah, barely. Wow. That is incredible. It took everything they had to take down that one little Doombringer. Gnarlwood Oak Thumper. Big exotic. The guy's got Wind Striker. He is resilient to damage, so he's not going to take the damage from Snogby when he gets close. Regen 3. Plant Regen 3. This guy brings a lot of abilities and a Gnarlwood Grappler out as well. Wow. A lot of cheap meat there. So there's an 18 damage hit from a 58 Nora piece. You saw it here first, guys. Very nice. So that secures up that mid font. Out comes the Diamond Hide Basilisk. Look at that, guys. 15 damage, man. Golly. That is incredible, brother. Absolutely incredible.
It's a fun guy.
Wow. 17 damage now in the range of the boost. 61 hit points. That's fantastic. That surge enemy really brings this guy to the plate. Plus, he's going to have deflect, block, so he's really going to be able to tank it up, man.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun.
Well, Dagdapede, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I didn't think at first you had much of a chance from that incredible start that Dane had on you, but you've kind of endured you broke through the barrier. You chopped down the forest. And,
I didn't think I was going to win either.
What's this?
I didn't think I was going to win either.
But, I mean, you've totally turned the tables on this one. You've picked up the mid font, which gives you position, Nora advantage, everything else. He just keeps spamming cheap champs, though, man. These guys are so efficient. It's almost ridiculous. He's not throwing in the towel yet.
An angry letter to the developers. Cheap champs are just preposterous.
Oh, man, the Hive, he's not going to be able to... Well, yeah, the Hive will be done after the... Oh, wait a minute. Has he got Skirmisher? Oh, wow. So the Rooted Plant has Skirmisher. He's not going to be able to reclaim that font. No help there. So that Hive is going to stay in there for another minute. Backlashes the damage there. Man, that Oak Thumper, though, good gracious, 20 damage. Surge Plant. Ooh.
Looks like it's time for another Doombringer up top.
Okay. So there's the initiative. And boy, initiative is absolutely huge with its rework.
Now he can't kill that.
Nice. So the Hive gets to remain in play even longer. And that's really going to hold back Dane there. So the Doombringer. Now, these guys just have Initiative 1, but still, with all the champions that he has in play, it enables it to get that thing, all that AP. There's the Mudsling. Now, Mudsling, let's see, it takes 50% damage and gains lumbering, so it's going to slow that cat down a little bit.
It's a pretty useful ability.
Working on the Oak Thumper, trying to get that big guy down.
Yeah, those things annoy me to no end. Just because they're huge. and they do a lot of damage. And honestly, regen 3 outside of SL annoys me.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna whittle some of that back.
Yeah.
So what's amazing is the Hive is just about going to claim that font for you. That's what's impressive.
Hive is a great relic. When it came out, it was something 30 HP instead of the 20 it is now. Same cost. We didn't think it was good. I think there was one person who thought it was good.
Right.
Well,
you know differently now, I guess.
Yeah.
So, Dadga, did I miss something? Why did he throw out the cleansing emerald there?
Oh, because Snogvi wanted to constrict Snogvi. And the grappler was distracted.
Okay. I wasn't kind of paying attention there for a second. I had my focus on some other things. So he uses the emerald to cleanse the Gnarlwood so he could grapple or constrict him there. So that's going to keep Snogby from moving around.
I can kill it.
So he goes ahead and transfigures.
Not this turn. Man, I wish I had Firestorm again.
Now would be a good time, Captain. So the grappler gets pulled in. He is resilient to the damage, but he does pick up the distracted. Now, I guess one reason he went ahead and, I guess he transfigured there. Kind of dangerous at this stage with him only having one active font.
Honestly, I think he's just trying to kill as much as he can. I don't think he has much. He thinks that he has much of a chance anymore.
Okay.
But that's me talking, not him. So who knows?
DB in the house. 21 damage. Diamond Hide Basilisk. Anybody. I'll take 2, please.
This is when it starts getting fun.
So we'll see if Dadka can clean house in one fell swoop. Down goes big guy. And probably even bye-bye font. Wow. Party for everybody. Free drinks. Wow. It is, just wow. Nothing left. No font. No creatures. Well, save one. And that is it. Man, Dadka, you clean house, man. That is what a true power turn is all about, my friend. Brother, that was fun.
Yeah.
Listen, Dadka, we really appreciate you taking time to show us the battle group, man. Red Dane gave it a good match, and like I said, he had such a fast start on you. It was a little in doubt there how that game was going to go, but man, you were able to be patient, whittle it down, and slowly but slowly just fought your way back through, man, and then just cleaned house in a big power turn.
Yeah. It's what this deck does, you know?
That is great. Dadga, thanks a lot, man. We really appreciate it, brother.
No problem.
And guys, we'll catch you next video.